Barada, good morning. Welcome to yoga class. May the fourth be with you. May the force be with you. It's Star Wars Day today. Can you believe it? We're entering our 7th week of this surreal world and our 6th week of yoga together online. So once again, thank you all so much for your support. Mary and I are very, very grateful to be able to be doing this with you. And I know that from the feedback we have that it is providing a nice bit of support and structure for many of you. So thank you very much. We had a little bit of bad news this morning. Rosemary Collier, that is more often on our evening classes because she does other fitness classes and she does so much fitness. She fell yesterday in the kitchen and has fractured both wrists, arms. So if you get a chance today, just send some kind thoughts, some healing thoughts towards Stephen. She's having an operation today. So yes, we wish you a very speedy recovery, Rosie. It's not going to be easy. And one more thing, this is quite a bit of housekeeping, so I'm going to start. On a cheerier note, we have been very, very pleased, very grateful for contributions made during the last 6 weeks to our yoga. I've also had some work projects on. So I've decided to donate £300 from what you have contributed to various local charities. So £100 has gone to the NSPCC because friends of Megan and Jake were doing a 24-hour trampoline-a-thon this weekend. They survived, I'm not sure how, crazy idea, brilliant cause, well done Poppy and Jen. But I'm looking for ideas from you for the other £200. So another £100 and £100, preferably to local causes. I've had some people saying perhaps domestic violence, perhaps mental health charities, that kind of thing. So if you're involved with a cause, or if there's something that's you would like that money to go to, please drop me a message, let me know, and we can look at a bit of a consensus and get that organised jolly quickly. Good. Okay. So wrists and arms. I guess, you know, I've been teaching for over 10 years now, and I think it has been the most common injury. I've had at least 5 people who have had falls or injuries because in their job they use their wrists quite a lot. So we will have a little bit of a focus later on wrists and arms to strengthen up. Good, let's get started. We're going to start standing up today, guys. So coming up to stand on your yoga mats. Bringing your awareness into the feet and starting to sway forwards and back. So you're lifting up through the heels, lifting up through the toes. Sensing that feeling of waking up the feet on this Monday, 4th of May. Lovely. So spreading the toes as you lift them, activating the arches as you come forwards, and then having a little sway side to side, so taking it into sides of the feet. Slightly unusual, we don't normally do this kind of movement. And then we're going round to putting the weight into all 4 corners of the feet. So this is a bit of a classic Jeff Cushing start to a class. So once you've gone around a few times in one direction, really make your awareness stay with the feet, change direction, go the other way. Sensing into what feedback you're getting from your feet this morning. Good. And then change your area of awareness. So drop your awareness now into your ankles. Sense into all those little ankle joints. Check into what you're feeling. So you're still obviously getting the movement through the feet, but it's your awareness that has changed. And then changing direction. You can maybe just feel that little squeeze into the ankles and the release. pressure goes down a little bit. Good. And then bring it into the knees. So I like to just bring my feet a little bit wider for the knees. The movement gets a little bit bigger. So it's the knees that are now in control of this movement. Going round and round, and then back, around the other way. And with the knees also, we'll add a little bit of rocking forwards and back again, so you're just extending out through the back of the knees, bending forwards and back. Good. And then we're bringing it out to the hips. So maybe feet even a little bit wider, and really letting the energy flow into the hips now. So the ankles, the knees, the feet are still working, but you can see how the movement feels quite different when you let the hips be in charge. And you can go around the other way. So my aim is always to do this without getting out of breath, because Jeff Cushing just used to be able to talk really normally and do this. He used to do it even faster than I'm doing. Good. Nice bit of loosening into the hips. And then we're going to bring it up to the shoulders. So nice big shoulder rolls, opening up, and then rolling back the other way. And then just try doing one at a time, so it takes a bit of movement into the side of the body. And then closing that down. Good. Lovely. And then moving that into the neck. So very deep U shape being made by the chin. Rolling down, making lots of double chins as you come down and across. And then lifting up. Going cautiously if you know that you perhaps slept a little bit funny on your neck. Or there's a bit of extra tension in there for whatever reason. Good. Lovely. And then coming back to center, shrugging the shoulders high. Big deep breath in and a nice big release all the way down to the feet. Lovely. Twice more. And again. Releasing down. So just checking that everything does feel nice and loose. So we're going for a roll down now. So we're going to work slowly with the breath. It's really going to be about peeling the body down towards the mat. So everything comes in quite loose. So you're going to take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, just bring the chin down to the chest. Let the shoulders roll in. Start to soften the knees. Hands rolling down the legs. Coming all the way down. And when you're ready to breathe in, you're just repeating the same movements, slowly unfolding all the way back up. Good. We're going again on the out breath. Slow roll down. So make it that the chin starts it, the head follows, the shoulders follow, the back is rounded, the knees are soft. Work it in your breath length. You might pause, and then when you need to breathe in again, you slowly open. And once more. This time when you come down to find your hands by your feet, make a connection here. So we did this last week. You're going to take your hastas, your hands, underneath the soles of your feet. So you're actually putting a little bit of weight through the hands. You can then bring the weight forward. You can experiment here. And you can just gently pull up through the arms. So just awakening a line of energy up the arms. Up to you. So it might feel a little bit uncomfortable. Up to you how much weight you put through. You can have a little rock backwards and forwards, massaging a little bit into the hands. See how it feels. You can press down with the toes. Just work with what feels right. Might be a little bit unusual. Good. And then take a breath in. Release the knees back down. Breathing out. So you're going to breathe in again to unfold. So the head stays tucked under. Breathing in. Starting to slowly ragdoll all the way back up. Let the arms come up. Welcome the day, welcome the sunshine. Monday morning. And release down. I think it's the closest I've come this weekend to thinking that today was another day of the weekend. Thank goodness we've got our yoga to give us some structure. Just finished a work project, so I didn't have to be jumping on the computer. So we're going to breathe in now and let the arms come all the way up again. As you breathe out, come into that lovely lateral movement for the spine. So over to one side. You can take the bottom hand to the top wrist. And you can turn and look under that top hand. Really feeling the energy up the side of the body. Good. Take a breath in, release back up to the upright, breathing out, release the arms down. Take that on the other side, breathing in, coming up. Lengthen, lengthen, breathing out, releasing over. I have to apologise in that Jeff Cushing warm-up. I don't have the same Liverpudlian jokes that he had. Had such a brilliant sense of humour. Good. Just breathe in, release up. Breathe out, float that energy down. Good. Roll through the shoulders a little bit. And then we're going to wake the shoulders up a little bit more by sending the arms out. First of all, you're going to imagine that you are pushing away through the palms of the hands. It's almost like you've got two walls there, and you're pushing them away. You're working quite strongly through the wrist, the forearm, fingertips straight up into the air, pushing away, a line of energy all the way across the back of the shoulders. Good. Take a breath in, release the hands, let the fingers point down. Good. And then just rotate through the wrists. Notice if that catches anything in the forearms, notice any clicks. Good. Lovely, and then start your gentle arm circles. I know we've already been here for a little while, so you're probably feeling the shoulders a bit already. So let them get a bit bigger, a little bit bigger. And then check you've got room to go the full arm circle. If you're feeling in the shoulders, remember to send the breath there. To soften into the conversation, change direction with these big arm circles. Good. Skimming the ears if you can. And then you're starting to make them a little bit smaller. And you kind of think it's going to get easier when they get smaller. And then they get really small. And you realise it perhaps isn't easier. Good. Take a breath in, push the walls away once more. Be glad you logged in this morning to your Monday morning yoga. Big smile on your face. Take a breath in, release the hands down. Roll through the shoulders, wriggle out, jiggle out through the arms. Well done. Nice, and then you're going to place those hands into the small of the lower back. You're going to squeeze the elbows together, so you're opening up the front of the chest now. So we've worked laterally with the spine, we've done a couple of soft forward rolls, we just need to open up a little bit more to get that fourth dimension of movement into gentle back bend for our spine. So we're going to lift up through the chest. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, just begin to lift the chest, lift the chin towards the ceiling. Let the hips come forward slightly. Squeeze the elbows together. Soft back bend. Take a breath in. Gently release back up to the upright and follow your instinct to take that into a forward fold. So keep the legs soft as you need to. Slowly sliding down. And when you're ready to breathe in, see if you can bring the arms out to the side and come all the way up. And then as you breathe out, float the arms down once more. Back into the small of the lower back. Squeeze the elbows together. Lift through the chest. Take that breath in. Start to look up. As you breathe out, release into a nice gentle back bend. Just work with what feels good for you. Think about lifting upwards through the chest so the back bend spreads through the spine. Good. Take a breath in. Slowly, slowly release to the upright. And then gently releasing down and forwards. When you're next breathing in, you're softly coming back up, arms out to the side. Releasing back down. Once more, hands back into the smaller lower back. Squeezing the elbows together, lifting the chest, looking up. As you breathe out, releasing into that back bend. The hips can move forward, the chest can lift up. Take a breath in, gently come back up to the upright. This time as you come forward into your forward fold, just see about coming to that flat back position. Watch out for the head. The head is often left looking up a little bit, so make sure you align. Your nose is looking straight down to the floor. Check that the weight hasn't gone back into the heels. You might need to soften the knees, bring the weight forwards. And then release everything down. Good. Take a breath in, arms out to the side, slowly coming all the way up. And down the center line, well done. Good. Taking the legs nice and wide now. Bringing the feet out so they're at 10 to 2. We're going to come down into a nice deep squat and release. So check what's happening with the knees. Check that the knees are aligning over towards the ankles, that they're not knocking in. And also make sure that when you're coming down that you're not letting the back come forward. So that's more of a weightlifter's squat. They have their feet more facing forward, still good for the thighs. This is more of our yogic position where we're coming down with a nice straight back. So working down as you breathe out, in as you come up. You can stretch up if you wish. Down as you breathe out. Lifting up as you breathe in. Releasing out and down with that out breath. So just coming down as far as feels comfortable for you. Good, waking up those big leg muscles. Lovely. Once more. I'm just going to hold for a breath. And again, be grateful that you logged on this morning. Take a breath in, release all the way up. Feel those thigh muscles switched on, activated, and step or jump the feet together. Good. So we're now going to take it into our runner stretch. So you're going to take the feet wide again. This is more of a lateral movement for the hips. So you're just going to bend into one knee, bring your weight across. So this is working into the inner thigh, groin. Make sure you're keeping that straight leg, the foot is anchored down. Take a breath in, come across, breathe out to the other side. Breathing in, you're working across, out, you're floating to the other side. So you might want to wriggle the feet a little wider if you're not feeling very much. Flowing the movement with your breath. Good. Lovely. Last one. Or if you need to even up, if you started on the other side, even up, coming back to center, raising yourself up. And again, either stepping or jumping the feet together. Nice, good. Little wriggle, little jiggle. Now we need a little bit more to waken up the leg muscles. So we're going to come into our chair position and then take it into our drinking bird. So a nice one for thighs. So thinking about the feet just being hip width apart. You're going to take a breath in, lengthen up. As you breathe out, you're sitting back into your imaginary chair. Fingertips are extending up towards the sky. The bottom is sinking down. You can just see your big toes when you look down, so you know that your bottom has gone back, the weight has gone back. Strength work for the lower back, for the thighs. Sinking down, lifting up. Breathe. Good, and then that lovely little tilt forwards, so you've got your beak attached to your nose, you need a drink of water. A little bird in the garden. Taking a breath in. As you breathe out, you're letting the arms come forward, the heels lift, the head comes really low. Arms come high, your wings come high. As you breathe in, you allow the arms to lift you back up. You can replace the heels down, or you can stay with the heels up if you want to work more strongly. On your out breath, you're tilting forwards and down, taking that sip of water. On your in breath, you're gliding all the way back up. So the thighs are working hard here. The arms are setting the flow of the movements. Good. Anytime you've had enough, you need to come down, just take a break. Maybe go for one more if your thighs are happy doing that. Lifting all the way back up. And releasing down. Well done. Good. Having another little wriggle and jiggle out. Good, so we're going to go back into that similar start position, but we're going to take it into a nice rotation, a nice twist. And that's the other movement we haven't done yet for the spine. So back to having the feet just hip width apart. We're going to breathe in, lengthen up. As you breathe out, you're sinking back into that start position. You're going to let the hands come down into prayer position, so the palms are together. You're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, your left elbow is coming to the outside of your right thigh. So in this kind of position, you might stay like that and just look up towards your top elbow. You might decide to open the arms up and look up towards the top fingers. So you can really let that top arm open by pressing into the left arm against the shin bone, the knee, outer thigh. Nice feeling of the belly, having a massage against the top of the thigh here. Take a breath in, release that top hand down, come back to center. Slowly let yourself unfold as you breathe in and release out. Take a breath. Let's take that either side. So breathing in, lifting up, breathing out, sinking back down. Good. Let the hands come to Namaskar Mudra at the chest. Lovely. Take a breath in. Right elbow now coming across to the outside of the left thigh. And we're opening all the way up. Watch that lever connection through the body. Press into your bottom hand. Watch the effect on the top arm. Everything is connected. Breathe deeply so the belly gets that little stimulation. Good for your digestion and elimination. Good. Take a breath in. Release that top hand back down. And slowly start to unfold. And the hands floating out to the sides. Good. Just take a breath. Come to rest for a moment in Tadasana. So your feet can assume different positions. You might have the toes touching, heels apart. You might have the arches together. Or you might have the feet just hip width apart. Good. So sense again that connection between the soles of the feet and your mat in turn of the earth. Good. And see if you can draw up some of that pranic energy, some of that force. Feel the force stay on May the 4th. Draw up that energy through the soles of the feet, up the front of the body, and let it radiate out through the crown of the head. So as you breathe in, you're lengthening yourself upwards. As you breathe out, you're releasing yourself back down to the earth. The eyes may be gently closed, or you may be gazing at a point on the floor in front of you. If you know your Ujjayi breath, it's a nice one to bring in here. I sometimes call it my Darth Vader breath because you make that little noise from the back of the throat. So in effect, you're constricting the back of the throat as you breathe. And it subtly elongates the exhalation. You can use your Ujjayi both the in-breath and the out-breath. Good. And let's take this lovely, slow, smooth breath into our high mountain. So it simply means we're going to lift onto the balls of the feet so the heels are coming off as the arms come out to the side. So when you're ready, you're taking a breath in, you're lifting all the way up, press into the big toe joint. Follow the flow of your breath. When you're ready to breathe out, release the fingertips back down. If you had your eyes closed and you're trying to follow this with the eyes closed, it's a really big challenge for your balance. It's quite, feels very, very different when you've got the focus of your eyes. Allow yourself to really embrace those moments of stillness at the end of the exhale and at the top of the inhale. Good. When you next release down, just come into stillness. Close the eyes once more. Take another couple of deep breaths. Good. We've got nice still energy now. We can take that to help us with our balance. So we're going to use our hand to big toe connection. We're talking about that connection between the hands and the feet in a forward fold. So take your weight onto your left leg. Have a little bit of give in that leg so the sole of the foot softens. And then just see what it feels like to be up on the toes of the right leg. And you're just going to raise that right leg off the mat. So you're going to bring the right knee up towards you and see if you can come down. So maybe take hold of an ankle. Maybe you can take your two fingers around your big toe. If you have a belt, you might want to work with your belt. This posture is very dependent on body proportions. I've got monkey arms, long arms, so I can have a little bit more reach when I straighten out. If it's easier for you, you might be holding around the back of the leg, the back of the calf as you release out through that leg. You might want to be near a wall, so you've just got a little bit of support for your balance. So just have a little play, see how it feels for your body proportions. Don't be attached to the glory of the pose. Just see how it feels. You're getting a line of energy up through the arm, on the wrist, the fingers. Line of energy up the leg. You could take the opposite arm out to the side. You could take that leg out to the side if you wanted to. You can keep your balance. Good. Draw into your core muscles. It's going to give you extra stability here. Well done. Good. Whenever you're ready, take a breath in. Release back down towards the floor. Well done. Release out, particularly through that left leg. It's taken all your weight and a good little bit of bone loading, strengthening work going on. Release out, and again. Good. I see some nice hip wiggles going on. I like that. Good, yeah, good. I can only see about 4 little images on the side of my screen, but at least I know there's people still out there. You get to a sort of surreal point halfway through class, you think, I'm talking to myself, but I can see images of people standing up. Let's try it on the other side. It might be quite different. You might know one hip's a lot stiffer than the other, or one shoulder doesn't want to take part as much. You'll work with what's right for you. So take the weight through that right leg, up on the toes of the left foot. Draw in through your core muscles so you're tall and strong. Take a breath in. Raise that left foot. The hand comes to the inside of the leg. And then you see about extending out. See how it feels. You might take the opposite arm out to the side, a bit of a counterbalance. You're staying nice and upright. Don't let yourself lose that vertical line. You might come out to the side. Good. Breathe. Lift up through the core. Good. Release back in. And anytime you're ready, releasing that foot back down to the mat. Lifting back down. Well done. Nice work. Again, another bit of a big old jiggle. We might go back into our hula hula. Whatever feels right for you to just release through the hips, through the legs. And we're going to go. Good. We're going to take a nice soft forward fold to counterbalance that strong Hasta Padangusthasana, hands to big toe pose. Take your hands onto your hips. Feet almost mat width apart. Soft knees. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, let yourself come forwards. Come to tabletop. Find that alignment of the head. See what it feels like to straighten the legs. And then release from the hip creases all the way down. Release the arms. And surrender to this posture. You're drawing your energy inwards. You're letting go. Good. I'm going to slowly unwind. Lifting all the way back up. So we're just going to work down towards, we're going to work through our sun salutations before coming down towards the mat. So coming towards the front of your mat, hands together in our sun. We're going to take a breath in, open up into saluting the universe above, and then releasing forwards and down, coming to touch the grounded energy of the earth. We're doing a little half lift, and then we're releasing back down to the mat. We're going to step back with the right foot into a nice deep lunge, and back with the left into downward lift. Good. You're going to come forward into your plank. Everything's in a lovely straight line. And it's your way of going into cobra. So it might just be that the knees come down, the tops of the feet soften, the hips roll forward, the elbows soften, the shoulders down. Tucking the toes under, lifting up once more. And stepping forward with the right foot. So it might need a bit of an extra helping hand. So you might drop that back knee down and just help it step forwards. Good. Left foot comes through. And we're opening out to the side. And down. Good. Go on the left, opening up. Releasing all the way down. Looking just a little bit up and forwards. And then releasing back down into your surrender. Left foot going back as you breathe in. The right foot's going back as you breathe out. As you breathe in, you're coming forward into plank. As you breathe out, you're working down into cobra. So it might be knees come down, bottom comes back, and you snake it along. Good. Toes tuck under, down facing downwards. Good. Left foot steps through, help it on its way. Right foot steps through. And the arms float out to the side as you come all the way up and down. Good. Just pause for a moment. And just bringing the hands together at the heart center. If knees are okay, we're going to come down and squat. So you're taking a breath in. As you breathe out, you're allowing yourself to transition all the way down into Bakasana, your garden pose. And down onto the mat. So we're actually coming into all fours to start off with. So just been glad to reach. There's a lot of standing work to start off with, and I thought we'd have a bit of a big start to our Monday morning. So coming back to that discussion that we started right at the beginning of class about wrists and arms. We quite often do this little wrist piece of work because it's really good for strengthening through the wrists, and they are an area that we tend to neglect. We don't do that much work with them. So you spread your fingers. You've got the alignment between the shoulder and the wrist, and we're just going to start that gentle rock forwards and backwards. I say gentle because it's gentle for the rest of the body, but it's actually really strong for your fingers, your wrists, your hands. So that's your total center of awareness. Work as softly as you need to. Notice where it's having an effect. Good. And then taking the hands out to 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, so you're pointing out to the sides and rocking gently sideways. Noticing again if this is shifted, the center of focus, the center of awareness. What sensations, what feedback are you getting? Do you need to back off? Do you need to soften up? Good. And then seeing if you can bring the hands to face towards you, the fingertips facing towards you. That might be enough, just coming into that position. Or you might just tend to keep the palm of the hand anchored down and you gently bring your weight back and really activate the forearm. You might then back off, release, come forward with the weight again. And then on an out breath, you might soften back in and so on. Good. And then let's release. Sit back onto the heels if that feels right. Have a gentle shake out. Then just think about having a wiggle through each finger. So you sort of do little circular movements. So you just circulate, circulating is not a word, is it? Making a circular movement with each finger and a gentle little pull. So you do it quite quickly, just working on just a gentle little pull on the end. I've got a couple of fractures in fingers, so this is something I do quite regularly. And when the weather gets cold, so I'm aware that I need to help them out a little bit. So just making a little circular movement with each finger and gently pulling. Only a small movement, helping the help of the joints in your fingers. Good. Okay, so a little bit of work now on forearms. So taking the weight off the wrist. So coming into your forearm plank to start off with. So you're placing your forearms parallel to the sides of your mat. You're having the shoulder directly above the elbow. The hands are spread. The bottom is high for a moment, and then you're simply going to send a foot back and the other foot back. Pull in through your core. Find that strength, that connection between the shoulder and the elbow. Good. Take a breath in
And just release the hips down. So you're coming directly into your sphinx. So the tops of the feet relax, the buttocks can relax. You can focus on rolling the belly forward. So you're getting a stretch from the belly all the way up the chest. And you're just gently lifting the chin. If it feels a bit constricted, you can take the elbows a little bit further forward. Good. Watch that those buttocks haven't tensed up again. Take a breath in, release onto the tips of the toes. And just see if you can come back into your straight line plank. Strong work. Good. Take a breath in, releasing down and breathe out, lifting once more into your sphinx. Good. Take a breath in, release the chest down, take the hands under the shoulders, let yourself lift all the way up and release back into positive. So we'll stretch out in swan first and then sliding the hands down to the feet. Releasing, relaxing. Good. Taking a breath in, sliding the hands forward once more. So we're keeping the forearms down on the mat. And we're going to lift up into our happy pose. So it's exactly like your downward dog, but you haven't quite got as much space because you're working from your forearms. You're taking a breath in, tuck the toes under, lifting the bottom high, extending the weight back. You've got a nice free head. You can paddle out through the legs as we do in our normal downward dog. You just feel you haven't got quite as much space up front. The crown of the head is quite low to the floor. Good. See if you can feel that you're really opening across the back of the shoulders. You've not let the shoulder blades come in, so that the shoulders feel like they're moving out slightly. Good. Take a breath in, release the knees back down, send the bottom back, and take a breath in positive. Okay, so we've got a couple of alternatives now. We could work with our arm balance of crow, Bakasana, or we could have a little experiment with our feathered peacock. There's been discussion on a WhatsApp group over the weekend about the peacock posture. We're not going there right now. Until we can find someone that can demonstrate it. We're not going there right now. So your crow balance would be when you come into your squat. You have your hands forwards. You have your elbows ready to come into the top of the shins or into the fold between the knees. This is a real good example of forgetting the glory of the pose. So all you might do here is bring your weight forwards to get that bone loading through the wrist, through the hand. That might be all that happens. You don't have to take the feet off and come into the balance to get the benefits of the posture. So if you're just rocking yourself forwards, you're finding that you're working quite strongly through the arms and the wrist. If you know the posture you want to work a little more deeply, then you can think about finding that balance and you take the feet off. Some people have the feet touching, you sort of close the energy circuit. You might have the elbows quite high on the shins, lift a little higher off. Different variations. So that's a little challenge to work on. If you wanted to work more on your forearm balance, if you know these postures and you've perhaps worked on them before, and you felt quite comfortable in your puppy pose, you would need to move towards a wall, and you would use the wall as our support here. So you're coming on to, I'm going to demonstrate this. I think if I come here, okay, so I'm going to imagine that there's a wall there, and I'm in my puppy pose. I've come to this point. I then would walk my feet in to where I feel comfortable, and then I would begin to lift off and come into my balance. But I would have a wall there to rest my feet on, and then you're trying to find that point where you can actually come into the vertical balance. So it isn't, it's much easier if you've got a wall to steady yourself, and then you can just experiment with pressing down strongly into your forearms and finding that point of balance. So working a little bit through your crow or your forearm balance, pinch your Mayurasana. Or maybe, yeah, you can see thinking. So you keep doing that. And then you can have quite a curve in the back and let the feet come down. So you're really working off the forearms, head is loose, shoulders working strongly, and then you can find your point of balance. When you release down, just stay very softly into pose of the child, releasing back. Good. Lovely. And then when you're ready, slowly uncurling. And choosing whether you want to work into an inversion. You might want to try, if you were experimenting with your feathered peacock, you might want to just try going up into that position again. It's an inverted position in itself. You might want to try coming into your half candle with your block under your bottom, your legs straight up in the air, just letting the lymph drain softly down the legs, relaxing position. You might want to take it into your pose of tranquility. Done lots of standing work this morning. It's nice just to come and release. So you'll be finding a point where you can then just support the legs in a shoulder balance, wherever feels more comfortable. Might be quite low, might be a little higher. Softening the breath. Letting the energy settle. Good. Couple more deep breaths. And then thinking about starting to release. So if you're in your shoulder balance, very carefully walk your hands down the spine. If you're in your candle,
Just gently bringing the feet down, removing the block and easing the spine beautifully down to the mat. And then coming to our first counter pose of our fish. So the feet are way down the mat, arms tucked underneath. You're taking a breath in. As you breathe out, it's all about the lift through the sternum, opening the throat, allowing the energy, the pull at the throat to disperse. And then taking a breath in, gently releasing the head back down. Starting to breathe into the back of the neck to release the top of the shoulders. And then drawing the knees up to the chest. Nice little rock from side to side. And then coming into our full ejector. So we take a breath in and we round the forehead up towards the knees. Good. And we're going to release back down. Keep the knees as they are. Let the arms come out to the sides. And allow the knees to move to one side as the head looks the other way. So the knees might go all the way over, which means that the shoulder on the opposite side lifts slightly. And then you breathe into the twist. Let everything release and relax. Good. Take a breath in, draw the knees back up. And on the out breath, rotate to the other side. Good. And on your next in-breath, coming back to center. And preparing for relaxation. So remembering the option of having a block underneath the head or a cushion. Option of having a little cover over the eyes if you're in a very bright place with this lovely sunlight. I'm just going to take you through a progressive muscle release. So it's just where we go around the body, tensing different parts and checking that as we release that part, feels like it's not holding any tension anymore, it's fully relaxed. And just checking that your chin is gently tucked in, you've got length through the back of the neck. If the feet are down the mat, let the feet be relaxed, so they're lolling out to the sides and they're quite wide on the mat. Helps the hips to release. Good. And then take your awareness to your hands. So squeeze your hands into fist. You can tuck your thumbs in, have the fingers around the thumbs. And just really squeeze in for a breath. And then on your next out breath, let everything release. And we're going to take that all the way up the arms now. So you can make your fist again, you can straighten out your arms all the way up to the shoulder. Big strong line of energy, everything feels rigid. Take a breath in. On your out breath, release. Good. Bring awareness now down to the feet. Try scrunching up the toes. Try bringing the feet so that the arches really try and the ball tries to touch the heel. It's not going to happen, but that's the kind of scrunched up feeling that you're getting. Take a breath in and release. Feel space between the toes once more. Good. Working all the way up the legs now. So switching on all of those big leg muscles really tight through the quads, the calves, the hamstrings. Take a breath in. Feel everything melts down towards the neck. Now working on the buttocks, so the big gluteal muscles. When you tense up through your buttocks, you feel like you're almost lifted a little bit up from the mat, just a little bit higher. Take a breath in and soften. Good. Just working through the abdominals now, so engaging through your core. Take a breath in and soften through the belly. Good. And then working up into the face. So you're going to scrunch your whole face up as though everything is trying to come into the center. The eyebrows are furrowed, the nose is scrunched, lips are tucked in towards each other. Take a breath in and release. Feel everything softening through the face. Good. And then finally we're just going to tense the whole body. So tense the whole body, face, arms, legs, feet, abdomen, buttocks, tight. Take a breath in and melt. Really feel now with each exhalation that everything is just softening into the mat. You have released all your tension down into Mother Earth. She will disperse. Every single cell in your body is now relaxing, releasing, letting go. Good. Time to release now from our relaxation. Taking in a nice deep breath. And beginning to move gently once more. And when you feel ready, just rolling over onto your right side. And then carefully coming up to sitting. In India, they often say Namaste, which means I am another place in you where the entire universe resides. I honor the place in you of love, of light, of peace, of truth. I honor the place in you where if you're in that place and I am in that place, there is only one of us. Namaste.